Hello and welcome. Just want to make sure that this setup works here, but yes, we do. Handicaps of 2 and 30 for our first two combatants here in the round of 24 knockout brackets. Full bracket available online. We'll get started in just a moment. They've called hold off on warm-up, so we should be getting started in just a moment. AJ Stockton and Cam Green. Not right now. We've got a full house here. Becky Wright and Amy Doobie. So 28 pins will be spotted. Again, the target will be 230 for our bowlers. One string knockout. Round of 24, top 8 advance for the first round bye. My name is Greg Gouillart. I'm alongside Kevin Burns here on Candlepin Bowling Network. We are live from Ryan Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts.
They just said next ball counts, so here we go.
Yay, bowling! This is Candlepin Bowling, of course. Roll 3 balls, play the wood where it falls. Strikes are rare. It's a game of spares. AJ Stockton will get set, so actually they will be on lane 10 after all. And we'll just do it this way. There we go. We'll get that set in a second. And I need the pin cam set as well. There we go. All right, AJ Stockton gets us started. So 85% to 130. And a couple pins get out to start it off. There we go. Becky Wright on the 2 pin to begin, 1, 3, 5, 8, and 9. Hello, Billy and everyone in chat. Great to see you all and welcome aboard. This round of 24, it's going to fly by, so great to see you now. Stockton in there, but doesn't get any of those back pins. Wright can't bust through. Competing with her sister, Amy Doobie. A 92 average bowler. Amy Doobie nowadays 102 average. AJ Stockton against his 109 average. Starts off with a 9 box and the same 9 as it happens, so that's good news for Wright and Doobie to start it off. One string, that's it, so ignore that thing that totally never existed. There we go. Let's do this as well. There we go. Oh, and do this as well. Head pin 4, 6, 8.
That's an unusual configuration.
To say the least.
I've been around the game for almost 40 years, and I have never seen that weave.
We'll call it the pizza slice.
All right, that works.
I don't know.
That works.
That's kind of the idea that Stockton tried there. Just going to the left side of it. Sidewinder couldn't get there. Right hop step and a delivery. Takes out the side saddle triangle over there.
But what I want to do here is I want to try and get it out. The out is getting 2 out of the 3. That's what.
Gets the 8 box here, so Wright a chance to gain yet another pin atop the handicap they've been spotted. And she takes 8. Just going to verify the handicaps. I show it as 28, and I want to make absolutely sure here. But Stockton and Green have a handicap of 2, and Wright and Doobie indeed 30, so what you see on your screen is correct handicap-wise.
AJ with a 9 drop, leaves a 5.
Billy is giving Paul Grant's energy in promoting the sport. Love it. 1, 3, 6, and 8.
Yeah, Billy's...
No surprise. He unironically loves Paul's commentary style as well, so I know he will not mind my saying that.
Yeah, he also said, Candlepin
Yes,
Bowling...
fair for Stockton.
Candlepin Bowling is the best every day and night. Call in sick, your boss won't understand, and tell him to meet you at the Alps.
But try not to land on stream or else he will definitely find out.
Exactly. I, for one, am safe with that.
28 pins is basically 4 marks worth, so Stockton's got 1 of those. If Wright gets the pins, that avoids simplifying that need. Blank is there, that's 9. Ryan Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts. 22 lanes of fun and several more arcade machines for the kids, including today. Yes, we're taking up all the lanes, but A, that won't be all day. B, the arcade is still open for you. So come on down to Ryan Family Amusements at many of their locations, including here in Millis, Mass,
There's a 7 fill for AJ.
among many other locations. Right in there. Whoa, that pin is sliding.
Hello.
Oh, we haven't seen pins slide quite that much until just now. It clearly found a ramp. Stockton spares 2 and 1. Makes that 1-2-10 to perfection.
All right, Vicky just got a huge break here, so if I were her, I'd take advantage of it.
Can negate the mark here. The plank is annoying, and she probably got worried about it.
Yeah, you can tell she got worried about it because she went wide left.
Every pin matters, especially when the handicap is giving you that, and she makes it clean 3rd time around.
And Paul's not even here, so we can't even say.
We've got one in our comments who his name is Evan Koch, and he says, well, Paul Grant special should only be when you completely miss it on the 2nd, and then you make it on the 3rd. But if you say got blocked by wood, then call it something. You could call it me. You could call it an Evan Koch special, but call it something else. I see his point, to be quite honest.
I do.
But then again, how will we know if it's a good time for that or not? I say in jest. 4 Phil Stockton, so didn't get full purchase on this one. Just off the pocket and leaves the high-low. It's 6-10. Diamond Center. Tricky to make on its own. Both these are. Let's see what the pinning duel does. AJ challenging with 10 and a 58 half.
It's a high-low jack. No money for it, though.
Not today. Not directly, anyway. Diamond
Wins again.
chops off 2. So it goes over to the partners.
Billy just said that you and I are Paul's wingman for sure.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
Okay. I wasn't looking for a song there, but okay.
You got one anyway. This is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube, and apparently karaoke hour as well. 1, 3, and 7 for Cam Green.
Let's see what Amy does here.
Amy Doobie.
Amy's a little off. Just makeable lead, though. This is kind of like the Cleary without the 10 pin.
One, 3, 6, 8 is gone. Amy Doobie spares.
Yeah, if the 10 pin was up, she would have made the Cleary.
And the 1-7 is out for 10 for Cam Green. No woman has more. Not sure whether the pin tripod's shaking there.
It's either Sonya or... Yeah, I think it was Sonya.
No, we're not naming names at random, remember?
No, I know.
No, we gotta tighten up. Green, he sabers the champagne bottle. Just goes shing right through.
Takes up the 3, the 5, and the 8 on that.
His 480 gets a 2, 4, and 7. Present league average 102, has a 7 fill here.
She also runs the once-a-month Sunday Pro League out of Esther Lanes.
Organizer of the Ladies Internationals and originally Mixed Worlds as well. Is still, in fact, I think consults on that, even though I believe Nate Lees is the current tournament organizer of that. 2-4-7, just wide.
What does Nate not run in this game?
Also, what does Dave Barber not run? Of course, he's president of the Candlepin Bowlers Association.
And I'm surprised Barbara's not even here.
And, hey, family still is a thing. Doesn't mean you don't care. But many of the great committee is here. And the Candlepin Bowlers Association, you can find them at candlepinbowlersassociation.org or on Facebook as well by that same page, the Candlepin Bowlers Association. The CBA, distinct from the ICBA, another organization looking to promote candlepin bowling from a bowler's point of view, and including by putting on these tournaments. Green, 8 pins, 5 and 8.
Now, I noticed something. There's a lot of people that are bowling today that are not really on the pro tour, so to speak. So this is open to almost anybody.
The Pro Series, especially, of course, the 85% to 230, excuse me. A big aspect of that, which levels the playing field. Green not getting much of that benefit. In fact, his average is 119, so I've actually stacked, though I'm trying to show everyone's average individually and trying to norm everyone against the 115 target. There's a reality that A.J. Stockton's having to work harder to get to the 115 in his own right because Cam Green has that 119 average. But in the actual scoring, it's partnership doubles, 85% to 230.
And 8 bars for Amy Doobie, 34. With the handicap, which is at 45.
So 18. So remember, we started at 28. So the gap is closing.
Well, punches right through for an eagle.
Bonus money from us if he makes it. Doobie wayward, but 4 horsemen and a 5 pin of all the sleepers. Green rips away the 6 pin. I believe he made the last spread eagle spare on our network. Doobie in there just full on the head pin. Got sticks though, that could gain a few back. Green grabs 2 more, but a chance now for Doobie to gain 3. He concedes just 2, as a matter of fact. 43 plays 37, 20 pins from the 28 they started at. Let's see if there's a way I can just show that lickety split.
Here's a Chesapeake for Cameron Green.
Vice President of the Candlepin Bowlers Association. So there we go. Now we show handicap this way, I hope. And there we go. That's Becky Wright clamoring for a hammer.
Lisa Halfwoods is standing, the 2 in the 8.
Gets a calamity instead, even though it was a good hit by Doobie. 4-2. It's pretty when it goes, but it does not.
It's also pretty when you just kick it right through the uprights.
All right, Doobie, we need your worst ball on this one. Oh, that's what usually happens. Good bid.
That's what's so difficult about those 2 pins. They're easy to fall.
9 for Green.
They're easy to take out when you have a full rep, but when it's just those 2 pins alone, you're always going to just get one of them.
All right. So, little quirk, we will not switch lanes for this one. So here are the standings after those first 5 boxes, and you see it here as soon as I get the formatting to be, better. Can I do this as well? We did Friday night just last night, so I haven't had the time to reset this. Nobody's on a mark right now.
AJ drops a horseman on the on the left side. Becky takes out the far triangle.
Four horsemen Stockton, 2 full on the head pin.
Here's a comment you should probably read. It's about the ICBA.
Just a few pins out. Head pin. Whoa, 4 pins. I like it. Thank you, Billy. 10 bucks for Stockton at 68 through 6.
Unfortunately, we don't get paid yet.
Alas.
What?
Well, no, we do make YouTube monetization, of course.
Yeah. But I'm
It's
saying,
it's an increasingly well-subsidized hobby, and we really appreciate all your support for it. Just by watching, you folks are helping us and helping the game of bowling. So thank you very much. Just making sure I've got the correct scores, but they are all confirmed. So 136 to 116, 20 pins, right in Doobie, who started with 28. So a little more work to be done. Green with the markless half.
well, you figure with all the streams that are going on today,
Including Micah Imperato and Candlepin Corner on Facebook. Head pin 9 drop for right. And celebrates that.
yeah, I know.
James with a 115 target. Head pin, ooh, clatters into the 4. Stockton denied. Left side of the wood may foil Becky. Must go right side to be sure on this. It's good enough.
How about you hit the red line just clean?
Just get it one way or another. It was more risk on the left side, but all the same, it's a spare. 21 pins, and now they can get back to the handicap they have, which, of course, means that they're competitive scratch in this particular case. One string, that's all you get for each of your partners. Sonia Johnson just threw a 137 scratch over yonder. She was having a bit of an up and down day, she was telling me, on the lanes, so that's definitely going uphill.
There's a lemon drop. You can't even block it.
They're trying to censor live TV. We don't have a delay on this thing.
You know, it's just for...
Reminder, it's a fill. It's $5, not one.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, don't worry. We mentioned it's a $5. To clarify, folks, the lemon drop is our name for the 4-pin or the 6-pin on the first ball. And the most fun way to donate to Candlepins for Cancer, a 501c3 charity by bowlers for bowlers, is donating $1 each time a bowler, whenever you're bowling and you get a 4-pin or 6-pin. Or if you don't bowl, maybe adopt a bowler. There's the out. Nice 10. And 3 pins picked up, despite the hullabaloo.
And despite the $5 to Candlepins for Cancer on the fill.
How much poorer is she really at this point?
But,
Though
all right, for what
begs a question of where the money cutoff will be. I haven't heard that announcement yet. Sometimes money payouts are announced day of, so I'll have to check in on that as soon as I get a chance.
But the funny thing is, Amy was trying to block the camera view on the pins, but little does she know that we can still see what happens.
It's a bit taller, I'm afraid. 257.10 for Rob. Becky also helps out at Ladies Internationals with sort of secretary duties. And yes, 1, 6, and 10. AJ runs it down to Cam's delight. Stockton 94 in a ball on that, and through 9 on a 3-mark string. Remember, only a 2 handicap, which is less than he would get in an individual 85% to 115 because his partner is at 119. So.
And it was also like Amy was trying to say, don't tell Paul, don't tell Paul.
Corollary, just have Cam Green throw a 119, then he can get to say 111. So actually, by that metric, AJ's doing quite fine. Cam Green is a 118 average, so Stockton wants to get to 112 in this case. So,
It's doable. I mean, you know, at a 94 plus.
good fill here, that's the key. He just missed the head pin, get over 10, there it is. But is this makeable?
It is, because we just saw Amy Doobie make it not that long ago. It's the same week.
Will it be made?
That's the question.
Indeed. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9 for right. 18 pins their lead now from 28, so let's see. AJ off the wall, spinning one, no.
Access denied.
Like you're right. Can't find the entry hole. 1, 2, 5, and 8. Something like that. I don't know. Cybersecurity. 10 box. And just 6, so now that's a 4-pin pickup here. Becky Wright ends up just 6 pins below that 115 mark. AJ Stockton hits the 112 bang on with the 6 fill and the 10 box. So that was it. So now 14 pins. So right now, Cam Green, a 118 average bowler against Amy Doobie, a 102 average bowler. 16 pins different on average. You'd expect Green to gain 8 on average. He needs just that little bit more. Or hope that Amy does that little bit less. All right, we got the money coming in. Thank you very much. I got you. Thank you.
I should pay tax because it was on camera.
Yeah, you.
I'll take all the change you got. The jar does not discriminate. Green takes 5.
This is
3 pins for Amy Doobie. Every dollar matters. Helps real families with that real financial support. Green tips an extra 6 pin. Who knows? That might matter. Doobie needs a bunch here. Loses it a bit to the left and has to shave back the last layer of the onion. It's against an 8 box, though. So right now, Green's really the one who needs to put up the numbers here, of course, such as being against the handicap in this case. They were spotted 28 pins against. They're halfway there, but there's only 4 boxes left, or more than 3/4 of the way through the match. That's the rub. But a couple 20 boxes, that could change in a hurry. Green threw the ball for it, but threw it past the head pin. 4 horsemen is makeable. Dewey might be content just to take some pins. The 5 wants to get over. Right? No.
the 5 looked like it moved a little bit.
Into trolls. Ooh, head pin chopped away. We've seen that a few times today. And it's cost Green at a critical moment. Yeah. Now he has 3 boxes to possibly gain 2 marks, and Doobie just got one of her own. A killer mark. Not game over just yet, but that just really complicated their opponent's road back into this. 15 pins.
You almost need a double strike just to get back into it now.
We're not in Miracle Zone territory yet, but it's approaching that point. Green may have pressed on that. He felt it.
Yeah, another horseman.
On the other side. Interesting. He's got the ball to leave both. Doobie wants count. Got it. Never mind the leave.
Leave isn't that bad. I mean, you can get cute and try and play.
I do see that wood in front. Green has missed this spare in the 8th.
You could get cute and try and make this.
Will she, though? Will she content herself with the pins? You do have the 3rd ball for that purpose, of course. Plays red line, and it pops away.
I would probably play more on the cap.
Are the cuts listed anywhere? Yes, on the description. If you pull it down or click on, you're on YouTube right now, and Bill Olson, you can just pop it down by clicking the description, and you can see it there. I can tell you right now that the cuts were 12-14 to get into the top 8. So 121 average, literally. 121 average for the bowlers, 242 average for the partnerships, and 1144
Who's the number
for
one?
a 228 partnership average. So actually just below the 230 threshold. I'll get to that in a second. 9 drop each. Green. Oh! Shades of Paul Berger on the live show. Double wood denies him.
That was actually triple wood.
It wasn't very nice, was it?
No, it wasn't. Neither neither piece of wood on that lead were nice.
This is very cozy for Doobie, but she might just be in a headspace where she's just trying to make sure. Why second guess? Just give it your all every step of the way. She does spare, and that should be that.
Wright and Doobie are going to move on.
Yep.
Kim
Forfill or a missed strike here, and it's all over. And that's
That's
it.
going to do it. That's going to do it.
Becky Wright and Amy Doobie advance.
Because that spear that
Might even win scratch. We'll see. That's a big hit. 9-pin gets over for a 9-fill. Green's denied, and guess what? The handicap was not necessary. Shades of the Team Gauthier victory at Candlepins for Cancer. And he doubles. Plank through, same thing. That was the shot that foiled Becky earlier. Green takes 9. And yes, indeed, Wright and Doobie will win on scratch in the end. It's 10.
and that's where a pawn grand special is fine.
Exactly. So that'll be 114, of course. So 204 to 199 indeed is the scratch result. Handicap result, you see it here. So Amy Doobie coming up big for the 114. Commiserations, AJ Stockton and Cam Green. Looks like that was the last match complete. We will get set for another one in just a moment. Be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Just wanted to give some updates. Obviously, we just saw Becky Wright and Amy Doobie prevail over their opponents, AJ Stockton and Cam Green. Elsewhere, Katie DeRogers and Nick Leach. Sorry, that's Chuck DeRogers and Nick Leach, if it's Leach. 210 to 179 over Dave Rando. And Mr. Gallerandi, I don't know your last name. I beg your pardon. Let me see if I can get this. I want to say it properly. Joe Gallerani, excuse me. There we go. That's what we got. inordinate amount of time. That's one victory. Sonia Johnson, Troy Fournier win on scratch and handicap over Mike Legender and Rob Linehan. Mike Meyer and Mark Gallagher over Kevin Perry and Steve Welsh, who we saw earlier on lane 10.
And
Belmont over Jones and Bonner. Oh.
Versus Mahar and Gallagher.
Who do we get?
7 and 8, DeRocher and Barnes, Kraus Capone. 9 and 10, Harrington Kent, Brienzi Belmont. 11 and 12, Laprisi, Redenzi versus Wright and Dubé. 13 and 14, Packard Blanchard, Paradiso Maki. 17-18, Minus and Magnarelli, DeRocher Leach. 19-20, Venezia Imperato, Johnson Fournier. 21 of the coaches versus Pine and Corbin. For teams that had the bye, you'll have 2 minutes to warm up a little bit, and then we'll get you going.
We'll be right back with round of 16 in just a moment.
If you do not have a
Hello and welcome. That should definitely be a 22 handicap there. Hello and welcome to the round of 16 here. Nick Brienzi and Lauren Belmont versus John Harrington and Mike Kent for round 2. A Webster Timberlane's Abington flair to this one. Working on getting the exact everything dialed in, and then we'll have that for you in just a moment. Lauren Belmont starts off with a 1, 2, and 7.
Lauren Belmont has won the Putnam Masons Key in the Hill a few times. I was actually with Drew and Rick the first time she won it.
Her try hits into the wood in the corner there. Looks to be fair, and what an excellent delivery that is by Harrington. Hop, skip, and a jump, doesn't get to the 10 pin. Oh, I see what I gotta do. I gotta get rid of that.
That's a 10 bus for Lauren.
Thank you very much.
And also a 10 bus for Harrington.
So let me get the Harrington and Kent in here real quick. 102 and 102 and 110 and
Lauren takes out the far left triangle. Harrington on first ball takes out 5. 1, 2, 4, 8, and 10. Couple pieces of wood. Belmont has a piece of wood that's not going to be a factor. Harrington just missed the spear, leaves the 4 pin. And there's a 8 box for Lauren Belmont. 18 after 2. And a 10 for John Harrington, 20 after 2.
For some reason, Harrington's average is doubling. I'm not sure why that is. Just trying to diagnose that real quick for you folks, sorry.
And I'll keep doing play-by-play while you're doing that.
Sounds good to me. The actual handicap you see is 11.
Lauren takes out 2. Takes up to 6 and 10. John Tate is in the pocket. He leads the 4, 5, 7, 9.
That'll have to do. I have to show it as 5.5. How comical. Anyway, we'll just do that, and then it'll show the correct scores. Oh, well.
Okay. Lauren is our target. Only takes up to 7. Plays the wood. Now he leads with a full setback.
No, it's still doubling. Oh, well.
Lauren with an out takes a 10 for a 10. Harrington with an 8. They're still tied, scratch, 28 apiece.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to break it and do this instead. Okay.
Lauren just off the head pin, takes out 6, make it 7. 5 pin goes down. Harrington's in the pocket, drops a strike. Lauren comes back. Oh, a little light on the head pin for the spare.
So I believe it's a 16 pin spot for Brienzi and Belmont, in fact, in this match.
That'll be a 9 for a 37 after 3.
So they were spotted 16 pins, but now this strike by Harrington to come back in.
Lauren with an unusual setup. John almost doubles. He drops 8. A 2 and a 4. Lauren has the 1. The 1, the 6, 8, 9, and 10. Harrington fields his strike with an 8. That will bring him up to 46 after 4. He's going to have over a 50 half.
Tilt the camera up so we can see the scoreboard in this case.
And there's a 7 box for a 44 half for Lauren. And John is going to have an 8 box, so that'll bring him to 54 half. Nico, we're doing pretty well. I actually made it down. Punches right through the heart. Leaves an eagle plus a talon. Mike Kent in the pocket drops 8, make it 9. Short pin for the 10. Right through the middle. And a spare for Mike Kent. In a 6 box.
Just about there.
Okay. Drive 7 leads to 1, 3, 6. Mike puts 8 on his spare. Leads to 7-10 for an 18. Makes the spare. 7-10 split goes as 1. Nick has also won the King of the Hill a few times putts. 9 drop, 9 fill, 37 after 2. Nick has a 3 and the 5, just wide. And another spare from Mike. And a 9 box for Nick.
All right, so just checking in here. This should be correct now with the 15-pin handicap and all. So with all those marks, especially from Mike Kent out of the gate.
3 months in a row. Mike in the pockets, drop all 10.
So it is actually a 16-pin spot in this case because of the rounding error. So glad we corrected that. There we go. We're up to date now.
Mike drops 7 in his mark, 54 after 3. So up 5 pin for perfect. Nick is. Oh, he makes the setback for a spare.
Mark perfect at that.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
That's actually a lot better than what he was going to be left with. 5 in the mark. I'm Kevin Burns. I'm alongside Greg Gouillart. 8-9 in the spear in the strike for 52. Oh, it's a go and go. Oh, the Mars Street stops at 4.
But the damage is done. They now lead.
Yeah,
Already overcome the handicap.
and that's a 9. That's a 10. That's a 79 half.
79, all the pins down. So once again, you see these scores here. Hey, 62 half for Nick Brienzi. It comes up second best in this particular comparison. That's harsh. Back to John Harrington and Lauren Belmont in this Webster Timberlanes Abington showdown.
Nico highlight revealed the setback for a spear.
Isn't it interesting? We're here at the CBA tournament, the doubles knockout March Madness 85% handicap. We're here at the CBA tournament, and we're in the house of the NBA president, Massachusetts Bowling Association President John Pumphrey. We're here at Ryan Family Amusements, Millis, Massachusetts.
Ryan drops 9. John drops 7. 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 4. Warren with a spear. Warren's on the board. John's matches spears.
Crucial for that, they have the 11-pin lead and didn't want to concede it.
Warren needs a good fill to give him the lead back.
Round of 16 coverage. We're across all the lanes here at Ryan's.
Warren's back in the pocket, it looks like, and yeah, at least a 4, 5, 7, 10. Piece of wood. It's the setback plus the 10 pin if you wanted to go that far. And another 7 drop. Put 7 on the spear. Increase the lead by 1 to 12. Warren takes out just the 5. I think what she was trying to do, Greg, was play the cap on that piece of wood. John went a little more to the left.
What's interesting about that is both the bowlers really set the ball down in the lane. Probably improves consistency as well.
Tough 8 for Warren. There's a $9 for John.
Harrington with just that little bit more velocity gains that extra pin in this particular case. 16 pins already overcome by Harrington and Kent.
Is Disco Billy Bloom, do you know?
No, this is a gentleman from Connecticut, actually.
Oh,
One of our many great fans here at Candlepin Bowling Network.
Warren has a 2-2 split. John's in the pocket, breaks up the half Worcester. Gets an extra pin on that. Now, in his comment, he said he's one of the lucky people to have a Candlepin bowling in his house.
Very nice. Oh, 6-pin bumps back into the 10 for Harrington.
But let me just say one thing. I'm one of the very...
You have the microphone. You can.
I know I do. I'm actually one of the people that would love to have a lane in my house.
Not me. I hate fun.
You don't seem like that.
I tried. It was a lame bluff.
Yeah, it was, but you went right into that comment. All right, back to the action here. Warren, let's go going down. A little light. Now we know where the earthquakes are coming from. Nico wants to know, have you ever been to Sunnyside before?
Never have I ever, but we've done a lot of Friday Night Pro League matches there, so I can only say that personally. That's when Josh Daly, captain of Central 3 now, bowled on it. Now, of course, many of the pieces of that Sunnyside team on Team Millis.
What's going on in Sunnyside tomorrow?
That will be the New England Knockout, also called NICO, tournament. Three-way tournament. And once again, a handicap tournament as well, so see who can beat their average.
And you and Paul Grant are on the call for that?
This time, yes. And Paul, who's busy doing Candlepins for Cancer right now, will be alongside me again at that point. 7 bucks and a 6 here. Not much ground gained here. Just the 1 pin, though, for Harrington, so. Just a couple pins taken out. Don't looking to find the range. Otherwise, it's all going to fall to Nick Brienzi, who does have that 62 half. Problem is, he would need Mike Kent to slow down.
I can't see Mike Kent slowing down. He's pin perfect through 5.
That's the bigger entry. Will he keep the perfect game alive? Pin perfect, my little parlance. Perfect game is what it's more commonly known as here in Candlepin. Oh, the 8-pin cluster goes. Belmont's got it. And the back row tipped out for Harrington. Just a 9 box, but hey, 110 scratch. A big part of the reason why Harrington and Kent are the heavy favorites now.
I'm going to say one thing to you, Billy, but I'm going to wait until after alarm fills her spare.
19 pins. I mean, 3 marks could become 2 if she fills it well, but gets 3. 95.
Billy, it's not just getting the pros down to Connecticut. It's more getting people who are interested in Candlepin.
I'm sure there'll be a way.
There is a way. Trust me, there is. Now, am I one of the few that will drive down to Connecticut to bowl? Probably.
Mike Kent and Nick Brienzi.
Well, here's the thing. Connecticut is more, 10-pin territory, or is that
Duck pin even.
Yeah. So if you did get a house for if you were to buy a house and put like 3 lanes of Candlepin in or 4 lanes, how you expect to get the growth?
I mean, Candlepin grew up in a lot of basement alleys. Just plunk them down there if you still can do it, zoning. 3-1 split, not going to go. Kent's try. Can he pin this out is the question. Oh, plank swiveled around. So Brienzi, hey, 62 half, not too shabby. Even Lauren Belmont, that's above her average. Problem is the opponents went nuts. So that's the way it is. This is a 9 box as the wood just will not give Kent his 10th.
That headpin went up around everything. That thing was dancing as soon as it hit the sidewalk.
Headpin hit by Brienzi, 3, 6, and 10.
Spare leave.
Kent's try. Oh, splats it to the headpin, but the 6 tips or a spare leave there.
For a second, any other house, that would have been a banana split.
And a spare. The threshold may be comparatively lower here, but you still got to be skilled to hit it, though the plank does make that particular leave easier. Spares a piece, and with 3 boxes to go, looking good. 16 pins is surmountable in a 3-box situation. Just will it go to chalk? Brienzi wants one of these to break up. 4-10. Gets count, but does he get a chance at another? Gets 8 pins.
The one problem with this is
Kent gets his 7 fill in a better leave off the head pin.
the one thing I'm worried about here is you almost have to try and pool shoot that piece of wood into the tank. But 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen.
And then if you hit the cue completely straight, then it just goes back behind. It
Which
didn't work
is what
out.
happened, yeah.
Head pin wilting the 3. That's too much head pin say the pins. A 9 box for Brienzi. And there's a 10, so Kent plus 1 pin, and we go down to the final 2 boxes, 16 pins. Couple of spares if Brienzi can gain these now. Anything can happen in a pair of boxes.
You're down 16, you need at least...
For a Horseman, make it 3 is gettable.
But the thing is, Kent is already over the threshold.
He is.
So
He's done well. Does he still need to defend, or is Brienzi not going to get this 3-pinner? That's the key question. Basically needs it. And he's just off target, and that might be that. Now a miracle is required to overcome.
And the question is, where is Kent going to play this? You do have a piece of wood near the 5, but is it enough to sweep it over to carry the whole entire thing? Right, you joint it on the cap.
You see the intent. Probably wanted the red line on this one.
Yeah.
9 box for Brienzi. 107 plus his handicap of 9.
If I'm Kent here, I'm not even going to bother touching the 2-pound. Not when you're already over the threshold. And somehow you manages to avoid the wood and takes out 2 out of the 3.
Over the threshold is over the hang it on your refrigerator threshold, that's for sure. But now with 16 pins, otherwise you'd be worrying about the state of the match at this point, but now I think that's just about that. Needs something like a double strike here, and that will not come to pass. So, with just a few pins, that is mathematical. Team Mike Kent and John Harrington will advance to the quarterfinals.
Here's an update from Nico for the scratch doubles at Canal.
Trevor Kennison, yeah.
Go ahead.
Kennison and Hernley get the Scotch doubles. Sorry to step on that.
No, that's fine. It was right on to you, too. So
8 box versus a 10. Nice finish there. Mike Kent leaves just 2 pins standing in a 134 for 5 marks. Nick Brienzi, 115 scratch, gets up to 124. So everyone goes over that 115 threshold. Shows you how they got this far. So well done to them all. And congratulations to Harrington and Kent for advancing. A few matches still in progress, a few more boxes. I'll give you a camera shot on mute, and we'll be right back for the round of 8 in just a moment. Hello, everyone. Just a little bit of an announcement. The quarterfinals will not be on our network. We just had a change of plans. We thought we would have more coverage on 9 and 10, but as a matter of fact, we are already going to shrink the lanes down to the right. So here's how you watch. You go to Candlepin Corner on Facebook. As I understand, it'll be Candlepin Corner on Facebook alone. I don't believe we'll be able to move our cameras. I'm just taking a look down, but as much as it's not logistically going to happen.
First up,
realistically.
before we move on to the quarterfinals, I want to say thank you to everyone that bowled today.
So
Much
Candlepin Corner
appreciated.
on
It was a great
Facebook is
turnout.
going to be where you watch
We'll be
it
doing a couple
from
more
here
of
on
these throughout
out.
the rest of the year. So
They are
look
live.
out on Candlepin Chat for upcoming events.
with the remaining events. I just want to check, make sure it's not on YouTube as well.
11 and 12, Venecia Imperato versus DeRocher and Barnes. 13 and 14, Harrington Kent versus the Coaches. 19-20, DeRocher Leach, Labrise Brindisi. 21-22, Paradiso Maki, Abrahamzik, and Cadero. Give everyone a few minutes to get going, take a couple practice boxes, and we'll get you going right away.
Yep, so once again, it looks as though we're not going to be able to move our cameras in time to catch any more action, but it is live on Candlepin Corner on Facebook
If you got
only.
knocked out in the
So
last round, please go see Dave Chestercove to pick up your envelope.
congratulations to those who cashed in the round of 16, but that is that. We're going to cut this broadcast off here with apologies for the abruptness, but again, please go to Candlepin Corner on Facebook for continued coverage. Thank you very much for watching, and on behalf of Kevin Burns and myself, Greg Gouillart, we appreciate